As we close in on the final weeks in this Congress, we check in on the status of pro-life goals and what still remains to be done. Joining us now from Capitol Hill is Catholic Congressman Brad Wenstrup of Ohio. Congressman, welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be with you.
We are just a few weeks away now from having a new Congress and a new year, and that includes a pro-abortion majority in the U.S. House of Representatives. What will your strategy be in 2019 to advance pro-life legislation in a divided Congress?
Well, we're going to have to be as persuasive as we possibly can to bring out the negative aspects that come with abortion and hopefully make our case to some people that might otherwise think differently. It is a challenge, there's no doubt about it. It's better to be in the majority when you have more people that agree with you on any issue, but particularly on this issue. But I think, you know, we need to really make the case for what's ethical, what's right, what are the values of the American people and our country as a whole.
How do you think you will persuade your colleagues who do think differently on this issue of life?
Well, you know, there is some penetration that can be made sometimes. Have a resolution against physician-assisted suicide, for example, certainly a pro-life issue. And we were able to get several Democrats to sign on to this resolution. So you have to kind of work it one person at a time and make your case as to what is ethical or not. And for some people, though, even though they may be pro-choice, which obviously I am not, maybe there's some gains that can be made on certain things that are taking place involved with abortion, such as the use of fetal tissue for experimentation.
What about these next few weeks? Do you see any opportunity to pass pro-life legislation during this lame duck session, such as defunding Planned Parenthood?
Actually, to be quite frank, I wish we could, but I don't necessarily see that happening. And if we did pass it out of the House, which we have done, we have had that issue come out of the House where it's been defunded, but the problem is over on the Senate. And so that's where it's having a difficult time to get to the president's desk. But I do believe the president would sign it if we could get something through the Senate.
I want to continue on with our conversation and let our viewers know that, Congressman, you are also an Iraq War veteran and a medical doctor. How does your medical background specifically shape your pro-life views?
Well, I think it's more my Catholic background than anything else, as much as anything else. But then you add the science to it and what you know as a physician. And to me, it's just the things that we're dealing with. Pro-life is what you should be about as a physician. You know, how can you extend life, make life better for others, and to value the dignity of life. And it's extremely important. So the medical component adds to the Catholic background.
As of this interview, the Department of Health and Human Services is still funding fetal tissue research. Congressman, as a Catholic and a pro-life medical doctor, what's your reaction to the federal funding of research involving the organs and other body parts taken from aborted babies?
Yeah, well, first of all, I find it extremely unethical to begin with, you know, that we would even be engaged in this at all. And I am pleased that HHS has canceled one of the contracts. But NIH is still involved with this, and I think that that's something we need to take a broader look at. And not only that, even if you think this is okay, which I do not, what have the results been? And this has been going on since like 1920, and there's been no clinical treatments that have come out of this. So, you know, even if you take that view that it's okay to do it, which I do not, what are you getting out of it? And so let's take that argument to those that might otherwise think differently from us.
What action specifically would you like to see from the Department of Health and Human Services take on this?
Well, that either they or through Congress that we defund this type of practice from NIH altogether or across the country in any avenue.
Representative Brad Wenstrup of Ohio, thank you for your time and being with us today.
You bet. Thank you.